Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily English Talk. I am Cindy, and today I am wearing something a little different. I have on a scarf, striped, deep red and gold, and I may have put it on specifically for this episode.
And I am Dan. Cindy, I recognize those colors immediately. Are we going somewhere magical today?
We are going somewhere very magical. Today's topic is the world of Harry Potter, and specifically, the four houses of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry.
I have been looking forward to this one. As a chef, I think of the four houses a little like the four key elements of a great dish. Each one essential, each one distinct, and the magic only happens when you understand what each one brings.
I love that framing. Now, why are we doing a Harry Potter episode on an English learning podcast? Because here's the thing. Harry Potter is one of the most globally shared stories of the last 30 years. Millions of people around the world grew up with these books and films, and the language of Harry Potter, the houses, the characters, the values, has become a genuine part of everyday English conversation.
If someone at work says, "Oh, you are such a Hufflepuff," you need to know what that means. It's cultural fluency, not just vocabulary.
Exactly. And on top of that, talking about which house you belong to is one of the most natural, engaging ways to describe personality in English. So we're going to teach you personality vocabulary through a world you probably already love.
If you are brand new to our show, welcome. I am Dan, a French restaurant chef, early bird, and guitarist in a rock band. And Cindy is a marketing specialist, night owl, mystery novelist, and devoted companion to a cat named Luna.
Luna, by the way, is very much a Slytherin. Beautiful, calculating, always gets what she wants.
Perfect. Before we enter the castle, please subscribe and give us a like. It helps other English learners find our show. Now, let's get sorted.
For anyone who isn't deeply familiar with the Harry Potter world, here's the setup. Hogwarts is a school of magic, and when students arrive for the first time, they are sorted into one of four houses. Each house has its own values, its own personality, its own culture, and the house you belong to says something meaningful about who you are.
So think of it less like a school club and more like a personality profile. Which one are you? Let's go through all four.
First, Gryffindor. Their symbol is the lion, their colors are scarlet and gold, which is, yes, what I am wearing today. Gryffindor values bravery, nerve, courage, and chivalry. These are the people who run toward danger rather than away from it. The heroes, the ones who speak up even when it's hard.
Famous Gryffindors include Harry Potter himself, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley. The whole main trio. In the real world, Gryffindors are the people who take risks, advocate for others, and lead from the front, even when they're terrified.
Second, Hufflepuff. Symbol is the badger, colors are yellow and black. Hufflepuff values hard work, patience, loyalty, fairness, and dedication. They are often described as the kindest house, the ones who stay loyal through everything, who do the quiet, unglamorous work without expecting recognition.
Hufflepuffs are underrated in the story, and I think they're underrated in real life too. Reliability and loyalty are extraordinary qualities. You know who a Hufflepuff is? The colleague who always comes through, the friend who shows up when you are having a hard time and just stays.
Third, Ravenclaw. Symbol is the eagle, colors are blue and bronze. Ravenclaw values intelligence, wisdom, creativity, curiosity, and wit. These are the thinkers, the readers, the problem solvers. They love knowledge for its own sake, not just to pass a test, but because learning itself is exciting.
And it's important to note, Ravenclaw intelligence isn't just academic. It includes artistic intelligence, creative intelligence, lateral thinking. Some of the most imaginative characters in the series are Ravenclaws.
And finally, Slytherin. Symbol is the serpent, colors are green and silver. Slytherin values ambition, resourcefulness, cunning, self-preservation, and leadership. In the books, Slytherin gets a complicated reputation. Many of the villains come from this house, but that's an oversimplification.
A true Slytherin is someone who knows what they want, makes a plan to get it, and is clever enough to navigate obstacles. In the real world, Slytherin traits are behind a lot of extraordinary achievements. CEOs, entrepreneurs, people who change systems from the inside.
Every house has a shadow side. Gryffindors can be reckless, Hufflepuffs can avoid confrontation, Ravenclaws can be arrogant, Slytherins can be ruthless. The point isn't that one house is better, it's that every set of values taken too far becomes a weakness.
All right, the moment of truth. Cindy, which house are you?
So I've thought about this a lot, and I keep coming back to Ravenclaw. My whole life revolves around thinking, creating, and learning. I am a night owl who loses track of time reading research for my novels. I get genuinely excited about ideas, not just useful ones, but interesting ones. I once spent an entire weekend reading about the history of poisoning for a mystery novel I was writing, and I enjoyed every second of it.
That is very Ravenclaw. Also slightly concerning.
It was research, Dan. What about you?
I've wrestled with this, because on the surface, you might expect a chef in a high-pressure kitchen to be a Slytherin, ambitious, goal-driven, competitive, and I do have some of those traits. But when I really think about what makes me the chef I am, it comes back to Hufflepuff.
Say more.
Running a kitchen is fundamentally about teamwork and loyalty. I am only as good as the people cooking beside me. And the qualities I am most proud of, showing up every single day without shortcuts, being someone my team can rely on absolutely, making sure every person in my kitchen feels respected. Those are Hufflepuff values through and through.
And wasn't there something in the books about Hufflepuff being right next to the kitchens at Hogwarts?
The Hufflepuff common room is located near the kitchens, the warmest, most welcoming part of the castle, always smelling of good food. I genuinely cannot think of a more perfect metaphor for where I want to be.
You were sorted before you even opened the book. Let's talk about characters, because this is where it gets really interesting for English learning. The Harry Potter characters are extraordinary case studies in how to describe personality. Dan, who is your favorite character?
Without any hesitation, Neville Longbottom.
Interesting choice. Tell me why.
Because Neville's story is about the most human kind of courage. Not the dramatic, born hero courage of someone like Harry, but the slow, painful, hard-won courage of someone who was afraid and clumsy and underestimated for years, and who grew into his strength anyway. He doesn't become brave by losing his fear. He becomes brave by deciding his values matter more than his fear.
That is a beautiful way to put it.
In the kitchen, I work with young chefs who are terrified of making mistakes. And I always think of Neville. You are not defined by where you start. You are defined by the direction you choose to keep moving in. As someone who plays guitar in a rock band, I also just love the underdog who turns out to have been remarkable all along.
My favorite character has always been Hermione Granger, and I want to say something that goes a little beyond the obvious answer of, she's the smartest.
Go on.
What I love about Hermione is that her intelligence is always in service of something. She doesn't collect knowledge to show off. She studies obsessively because she genuinely believes that being prepared is how you protect the people you love. That kind of purposeful, relentless preparation, I find that deeply admirable. And as a novelist who over-researches everything and keeps 3 notebooks open simultaneously, I find her extremely relatable.
The library scene in every single book.
Every single time she has already read the book, she has already taken notes on the book, she has probably written a 12-page essay summarizing the book. That is my spirit animal.
I also want to mention one more character, because I think he's underappreciated. Professor Dumbledore. Not for the usual reasons, not for his power or his wisdom, but for one specific quality. His ability to see potential in people that they cannot yet see in themselves. He does that with Harry, with Neville, even with Snape. That capacity to look at someone and believe in a version of them they haven't become yet. I think that's one of the rarest and most valuable human qualities.
That's the quality of a great teacher. And honestly, that's what we try to do here too. Believe in your English abilities before you fully believe in them yourself. Let's go through our vocabulary. 12 words and phrases, all useful for describing personality, character, and human strengths. Listen and repeat. Bravery, the quality of facing fear or danger with courage.
For example, Gryffindors are defined by their bravery. They act even when they're terrified.
Loyalty, staying committed to a person, group, or cause through difficulty.
For example, Hufflepuff's greatest trait is loyalty. They never abandon the people they care about.
Ambition, a powerful desire to achieve something significant.
For example, Slytherins channel their ambition into reaching goals others think are impossible.
Potential, the capacity to develop into something great in the future.
For example, Dumbledore's gift was seeing potential in people they couldn't yet see in themselves.
Intelligence, the ability to learn, reason, and understand complex things.
For example, Ravenclaw celebrates intelligence in all forms: academic, creative, and practical.
Resourceful, skilled at finding clever solutions with whatever is available.
For example, when the plan fell apart, her resourceful thinking saved the whole project.
Dedication, consistent, committed effort applied over a long period of time.
For example, great cooking requires the same dedication as great writing. Years of daily practice.
Phenomenon, something remarkably impressive or widely influential.
For example, Harry Potter became a global phenomenon that touched readers across generations.
Reliable, consistently dependable, someone you can count on without question.
For example, the most valuable team member isn't always the most talented. It's the most reliable.
Underdog, someone expected to lose or fail who defies expectations.
For example, Neville Longbottom is the ultimate underdog. Overlooked for years, heroic in the end.
Relate to feel a personal connection or similarity to someone or something.
For example, I relate to Hermione because we both believe that preparation is a form of love.
Cunning, clever in a strategic or sometimes deceptive way. Sharp-minded.
For example, Slytherins are cunning. They see opportunities others miss and move quickly. Today's challenge is our favorite kind, because T here is no wrong answer.
Tell us in the comments which Hogwarts house do you belong to and why. Try to use at least 3 of today's vocabulary words in your answer.
Here is a sample to help you get started. I think I am a Hufflepuff because I value loyalty and dedication above everything else. I am reliable. My friends know they can count on me. I might not be the most cunning or the most ambitious, but I show up every time.
Or maybe you are a mix. Many people feel they belong to 2 houses. That's called being a hat stall in the Harry Potter world. Someone the Sorting Hat takes a long time to decide on because the qualities are so balanced. If that's you, tell us which 2 houses and why.
And if you've never read Harry Potter or seen the films, that's completely fine. Use the 4 houses as personality frameworks and tell us which set of values resonates most with you. Courage, loyalty, intelligence, or ambition.
We genuinely cannot wait to read your answers.
That was a magical episode, and I mean that in both senses of the word.
The Harry Potter universe gave us something extraordinary, a shared language for talking about human character, and the vocabulary we practice today: bravery, loyalty, ambition, resourcefulness, dedication, potential. These are words you can use every day, in every kind of English conversation.
Remember, Neville, start wherever you are. Keep showing up. The growth happens whether you can see it or not.
And remember, Hermione, preparation is never wasted. Every episode you listen to, every comment you write, every word you look up, it's all going somewhere.
Keep practicing the real magic. Consistent effort over time.
We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, which house are you?
Bye for now.